Welcome to the 2023 Thailand Global Conference trip. Join me as we take this ride together. Oh, that's wrong side. I forgot you drive on a different side. Oops.
Oh, here, I can move over. You're fine. You're fine.
I forgot. I almost go to the driver's side.
You want to drive? Okay. I took you the key.
He's been waiting to do this for like a whole month. He's been praying about this, Lord. So after my dumb self tries to get into the wrong side of the driver's side, because the driver's on the opposite side that I'm used to, my brother from Kittikun from Thailand picks us up and takes us to this awesome restaurant, and I eat some worms.
They're actually really good. I was imagine them as
Really good.
that show my husband that.
It's not bad. Yeah. I don't think I'll have it again, but that's not bad. That is a chicken's head. Look at that. After an awesome meal, we go ahead and head to the hotel. What is going on? We finally made it to Thailand after how many hours?
Like 22.
Well, that was flight time, not including layover time. I think it was about
30.
About 30 hours of travel time. We finally made it to the hotel. It's beautiful. It's amazing. We're excited, and we're completely exhausted. We slept for like maybe
an hour.
I got maybe 3 times I slept for an hour, if that. So, but anyways, we are here, and we are excited for what God is going to do. Yeah, and that's about it. Bye. So then we take a nice little stroll to the mall. Apparently Thailand malls are really nice in Chiang Mai. Did not know that. They're pretty incredible. I thought it was going to be like third worldish, although sometimes it can be in the outer sanctions. Then we went to a nice little day market, checked out some of the meats and some of the local markets that people go to. Today we are about to go on a mountain excursion in about 5 minutes. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Then we go ahead and head to this mountaintop experience. We had gotten there a couple days early from all the other pastors, so we spent the day in the mountains checking out some temples and some Hmong tribe villages. It's not a picture, it's a video.
I know.
Yeah. We're up the top of the mountain. And to be honest, it was a little surreal going ahead and looking at all of these temples and statues they have put up. There's a reverence that is noticed whenever you're there. And of course, my dumb self doesn't do that. I didn't actually hit the dong, okay? I'm not that disrespectful. I'm not going to be that crazy. And then we head up this massive elevator thing, shaft going all the way to the Buddhist temple at the top of the mountain. Before you entered into the temple, you had to take off all of your shoes. It was a requirement while you were there. And as we walked up the stairs, it was an incredible experience. This Buddhist temple made out of pure gold. I can't even imagine how much that cost. But while you're there, like I was saying earlier, there's a reverence, there's a quietness, there's a sincerity. And even some that comes from a Christian worldview, I can respect the reverence that is there, and sometimes that's missing in the American culture. We go to church, we don't even really see what's going on. We don't even see the Lord as Jesus said, "Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name," or "your name be made holy." It's reverent to God. We saw this little Buddhist service, and then we went into this subset temple, and you were required to kneel before. And as I was sitting there for a few seconds, I could not kneel anymore, because kneeling before anything besides Jesus is idolatry. And Jesus is only worthy to be kneeled to. And so I had to leave because my spirit was uneasy. And we walked away from the temple and walked past these other beautiful buildings.
On the windows.
Diamonds sparkling, as I was saying. I'm my dumb self about to walk up into this other temple that required you to take your shoes off, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then we saw this beautiful view at the top. A little cloudy though.
Wow.
You can see a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe.
The airport, yeah. That's where we flew in.
Every time I look down, my vision gets like blurry every time I look down.
So then we left the temple, and we were heading to this Hmong village. It's a people group that resides in Thailand, Vietnam, I'm sure other surrounding Asian countries. And we just checked out all these little shops and stores, all these little locals that were just trying to sell their stuff and make a living off of people like me. We saw this cute little dance by these girls just trying to make some money for their family. And dressed in beautiful little outfits.
Hey.
Then this dude was trying to shoot some bow and arrow. And he missed. It was pretty funny though. Hey, you gotta entertain yourself somehow. And then we descended into these beautiful gardens managed by the people that are there. It was breathtaking.
See all the greenery?
Yeah.
This waterfall was awesome. My wife and I took a picture here. No idea what those things are. If someone can explain this to me in the comments, feel free to let me know. Waterfall after waterfall. Incredible. We trudge up at the top of the mountain and we end up getting, there's a little coffee shop there.
Yep.
I guess run by the village to make some extra money. Some monks dressed in their religious attire.
You go first, baby.
Then after we got down to the mountain, we headed into this nice restaurant. So in Chiang Mai, they use baht, and basically for 100 baht is about $2.80 US. So you could get a meal for about 200 baht, a restaurant-style meal, sit-down restaurant for basically like $5 to $6, including an appetizer. And then my wife got me an authentic coconut water, which was so awesome. I love coconut water, and it was as fresh as could be.
Oh.
A little straw in there.
They have seaweed flavored Lay's potato chips. It's legit.
And then the next day was the start of the conference, the preamble. All the people worshiping the same beautiful God. Dr. Nelson's teaching us from the Word, the president of CCI, and then they had breakfast. I had this noodle bowl almost every single day for breakfast and lunch if it was available. It was awesome. All they do is have pre-cooked noodles basically. They pour hot water in the noodles with the vegetables. Then you go over to this little bar area and you put whatever toppings you want. I loved this stuff. It was so good. There were some days I had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If it was possible to be eaten, I had it that day, that moment. It was so good. Just some freshly cooked noodles. I didn't know I was going to replace my Lucky Charms with this noodle bowl, but that's the truth. It was so good. And I just wanted to show you the whole little bar, all the little toppings, because literally I did this every single day, multiple times a day. No matter what they were serving. It was just my favorite. And then we are walking up to the conference center
If something else gets
for the
said
first
again,
initial day.
there's people
That
out
first
here.
day I was there, I was actually
Maybe
driving
more,
people
just
from the
chilling.
airport. I was there for about 14 to 16 hours getting people from the airport. And then the next day I was able to participate. This went on every day, Monday through Friday, from basically 8 a.m. all the way till about 8 p.m. with breaks intermittently. All the people groups worshiping the same king. It was incredible.
I will empower you. I will lead you. Relationship.
This is me giving a testimony of how Dr. David Nelson has mentored me and what that mentoring relationship has been like.
Struggled with things that you're working on yourself. It showed me a path that I could walk. It's so easy when we see people in leadership to think that they're at some level that you might not be able to attain.
I was
But when
nervous,
you
not
start
gonna lie.
developing that relationship, you start thinking, well, I can grow in this way too. And so, yeah, I mean, that passage about not just sharing, sharing your whole life together, that's what it's been.
And how often do we meet together?
We met about 2-3 hours a week when he's not traveling, which if you know anything about Dr. David Nelson, he travels a lot. But usually be about once or twice a month, 2-3 hours. We usually just talk about
This
life,
man of
how
God,
things are
I
going,
love serving. He is a true, humble servant of God, and it is an honor to be able to serve in his ministry and what God has done in and through his life. Then we had some beautiful moments where people got to break down and go into these prayer groups and just pray for certain countries, pray for certain things. It was beautiful. The night sessions, we had different people groups do dances or shows or whatever, and it was just basically worshiping the Lord through our cultural differences. So beautiful.
group. They were leading worship that night. And this was later that night. I thought the pool was pretty cool because it changed colors. And then, so this went on for about 4 days. And then I skip a lot, but this is Thursday morning. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all conference from 8 a.m. till about 9 p.m. Full days. Thursday morning, we had an excursion. Everybody got to pick what they wanted to do. They wanted to go to the Hmong tribe village or do this cool, it was a once-in-a-lifetime elephant ride. It was so awesome. I had gone to the Hmong village, so I wanted to go ahead and check this out. It was $40, and it included a meal, an hour drive there, an hour drive back, and the elephant excursion. So just to give you an idea to how inexpensive it is compared to US dollars. If you did something like this in America, it would probably cost you $300 to $400, bare minimum. Maybe even more, but I would say at least $300 to $400. And this is my wife. Yes, we got to ride the elephant. They are well taken care of. It is an elephant sanctuary. They're well taken care of. What an experience. I was like, where are we gonna go? Like, where are we gonna go? There's a river right there. And then I realized, wait a second, we're literally going through the river. The cool thing is, they also allow them to go at their own pace. They're not rushing them through. It was so cool. That was my buddy from the Philippines, a pastor out there. And this is my wife getting picked up like she's a feather by an elephant. Like, wow. And they had this little elephant show. Did a couple cool things. My favorite part was this. Kicking a soccer ball. And he scored. I mean, how cool is that? Then we head down the mountain. I got to jump in the pool one time. And then we had our Thursday sessions. We did some planning and strategy of what that's going to look like for the next year. We had some dinner, and then we had the night sessions. This is my brother Vijay and his wife Rama serving in India. I love his brothers to death. Some more groups singing, worshiping the Lord. Okay, this part right here was incredible. I just want to say this. We sang, "This is the day the Lord has made." We ran around the room in all languages at each time and sang this song together. It was a picture of heaven. These are my brothers from Indonesia. I love my Indonesian brothers. That's the American team. Africa, let's go. Look at the joy. Look at the joy. My boys from Vietnam picking up that tempo. I love it. I love it. And in the Philippines, and Dr. David Nelson, he spent years in the Philippines. And yes, he can speak the indigenous language. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Then we had a graduation. I can't show the graduation because we had people that were graduating in at-risk countries that are persecuted for the gospel. Then we had a beautiful Vietnam team and their incredibly beautiful attire. I mean, the yellows are just wow. And there's my wife leading the last night session. Look at her go. I was so proud. And then I got to finish off the last night session.
3 weeks, you're going to be preaching and presenting. So what did I say? God, I can't do this. I need you. And I prayed that same exact prayer before I got up on this stage. And here's the reason I share this with you. Because I know that you are at this conference because you want to have an impact. You are at this conference because you want to see God be glorified. You want God to use you in miraculous ways. And I believe if He can do that for me, He can do that for you. If you would just understand this one passage.
This message God put on my heart in February of this year. They didn't have a speaker for the last night, and it was just a miracle what had happened for me to even be preaching that night. And then it was a beautiful moment where Dr. Nelson and his wife Mindy, she's incredible, got honored by some pastors in Africa for their work in the ministry. Then the last night, we all went out to this special dinner. It was this traditional Thailand dinner, sit-down style, with a beautiful play, incredible colors. This is not edited at all. This is actually what it looked like while we were there. Such a serene moment. We have dinner and a show. We had over 200 pastors and leaders there just enjoying a meal together. All glory to God. This went on for literally hours, play after play. We ended up leaving early. Then they ended up doing this traditional Thailand play that was only done for kings back in the day, from what was shared with me. It's almost like a love story. He looked right at me. He said, I know what you're doing. Beautiful costumes, though. Then we left there and went to a night market for the last night.
10:30.
Thank you, brother.
So where are we meeting?
We got to spend whatever little bit we had.
We are in the Thailand night market with a Coca-Cola and a Sprite, and this is pretty cool. Thank you, Lord.
All the Cokes there had the real sugar, not high fructose corn syrup, so they were the real deals.
Thank you. No, stay. Please.
And this was my secret place with the Lord. I went almost every night, just spending time with Him. Just Jesus, the Word, and His Spirit, glorifying my Father. If you have gotten this far, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And to be honest, we can't do what we do without people like you. There are people out there, churches out there that are supporting our mission to disciple the nations, to spread the gospel, to encourage and empower people to pursue Christ and to walk in radical obedience to His call. We believe our mission is to empower people to build their life on Jesus in spirit and in truth so they can live out their heavenly calling. And that's what we do through Crossing Cultures International. And so by supporting CCI through our personal page, you allow us to fulfill our call to disciple the nations, to preach the gospel to nations, and to draw people back to the beauty of who Jesus is. If you would prayerfully consider supporting our ministry as we continue to do our work in CCI to glorify God, we'd appreciate that. Sign up for our newsletter. We have another video coming out about a trip that I actually can't post online. I can only post to those that sign up for my newsletter. So sign up for that. We post once a month. We send an email out, or maybe once every other month. So I encourage you to watch that. Thank you. I love you. And may Jesus Christ get all the glory. Our life is not about us. It's not about David. It's not about me. It's all about Him. See y'all next time.